Hi YouTube, it's Vanessa checking in with you guys. I know that I posted yesterday, but I'm trying to get back on track since YouTube is acting really funky. From what it looks like, they're doing some stuff on the back end of YouTube, and even when you go into like upload a video, it looks completely different now. So I'm hoping that that's what the connectivity problem is, that they're just doing stuff on the back end and that other people are having this issue. I don't know. Hoping, because using iMovie to then import it into YouTube, A, takes longer. B, for some reason, the quality is not as sharp when you expand the video. Like if you watch it small, I guess it's pretty clear, but when you expand it, it's kind of fuzzy. So whatever, I apologize. Sorry, I don't mean to make you guys dizzy. I'm trying to get centered. Anyway, just got back from the mall and doing groceries at Whole Foods, and I found some really cool stuff. I didn't realize in the produce section they have like a raw section with spreads and all this kinds of stuff. I mean, it's pricey, and you can do everything that's in the little containers pretty much at home if you have the ingredients and you know how to, the recipe. But so I got like a little zucchini hummus to try, and I also got, I'm eating dinner now, by the way, so I don't know if this has stuff on it, but this is called olive bread. Amazing. It tastes, I'm a huge fan of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I love it. I put it almost on everything. And that was before this diet too. I just really like extra virgin olive oil. Anyway, that's what it tastes like. It tastes just like extra virgin olive oil. And I adore that bread. That is going to definitely happen again next time I go to Whole Foods. The only thing is it comes in a little container like this. But it's made locally, and so was the zucchini spread. And it's good. Anyway, sorry, I've got this little pop-up that keeps coming up on my computer. Not YouTube's fault or, whatever. It's just a glitch. Anyway, no more YouTube bashing. I have some very interesting findings to share with you this vlog. One, the past couple days, not including today, because I wasn't going to do that again. The past couple days, I unintentionally tried an experiment. I didn't have, every morning I have, except for these past 2 days, every morning I have a green smoothie, which consists of green apple, banana, spinach, cinnamon, flax seeds, a little bit of honey, some berries if I have it, any type of berry. I even throw some goji berries in there sometimes, and spirulina, which I'm running out of and I didn't grab today. Sorry, mental lapse of the brain. Anyway, so that's what I do, and that's what I have in the morning, and it's basically a really nice salad just ground up, and it tastes delicious. It doesn't taste like salad, it tastes sweet, and it's really good for you. It gives you a lot of energy. Anyway, so I usually have that in the morning. Well, the past couple mornings, I was like, I'm going to have the smoothie later. I want oatmeal this morning. So I got my little groats out. That is with the G, groats out. And poured a little bit of raw milk, apple, some cinnamon. I think I put honey in a lot because I like sweet stuff. So I use honey as my natural sweetener, and I blended it, and I had it. It was delicious, really good oatmeal. Well, I had that, and I didn't have my smoothie, and I got really, really bad gas, like bloated. Sometimes uncomfortable. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? Anyway, I had the smoothie later that evening, like as my dinner. Big mistake. Why? Remember earlier when I said it gives you lots of energy? I could barely sleep that night. I mean, first of all, it took me forever to actually even fall asleep to begin with. And then after that, I was tossing and turning all night. So just tip, if you're going to do a green smoothie, don't do it at night, like before you go to bed, or even close to dinner time. For me, it was not a good experience just because I didn't sleep very well. Thank goodness it was the weekend and I didn't have to go to work the next morning. But it just wasn't, it didn't do anything for me. I mean, I'm sure inside it was fine, but for my like REM cycle, it was horrible. So that was like not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, a day or two before, whatever. Anyway, what am I on, like 13 to 14, day 13 and 14? It was day 13. Let's put it that way. Day 14 comes along, and I was like, I have some leftover oatmeal in the fridge. I'm going to have that for breakfast. So I had that for breakfast. Didn't have my green smoothie at all. Same thing. No green smoothie. I slept better last night because I didn't have it like before I went to bed. However, I could have had it for lunch and I think it would have been okay, but I just was craving other things and I didn't. Anyway, gas, bloating, not very pleasant. It just didn't feel good. Who wants to be bloated? No. No fun. So anyway, that's what I found. So this morning, I had a later breakfast and I kind of like combined it with a quick like small lunch before I left, and it included my smoothie. I've had zero gas, zero digestion issues all day. So I'm a firm believer that my green smoothie helps with my digestion tremendously. Like it just sets me off for the day, like as far as on a good start. Like even like internally my body like is like, oh, thank you, that's what I needed, you are going to be rewarded. And it just does the body good in that sense. But I just found that really, really interesting and I wanted to share it with you. So my green smoothie will be had either for breakfast or for lunch, never for dinner. And it's funny because I've had other smoothies for dinner before, like chocolate, which, I don't know, I guess we've always heard that chocolate has caffeine in it. I don't know if that includes the cacao powder or not, but, and I've been fine. I've slept fine and been totally okay. But it was quite an experience the past couple of days. But it's good for me to learn these things. It's interesting. Symptoms. You remember how I was like, oh, I don't think that I'll have any other symptoms. Like, whatever. Detox anyway. And I don't think I do anymore. However, and this is getting personal and a little bit of a TMI, but something I've noticed that my libido is higher. I didn't have libido issues before. I was totally okay on that plane in that field. But now it is, it's stronger and more pronounced. Let's just put it that way. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know that chocolate is an aphrodisiac, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is, or maybe it's just, I don't know, the difference in the food that I'm consuming, and I don't know. Not that it's a bad thing. It was just it's interesting. It's interesting to find these little things out, and it's going to be even more interesting the first time I might have like an off meal after my 30 days, because after my 30 days is Jason's birthday is like soon thereafter. I think my 30-day mark is like February 2nd, and his birthday is February 4th. So we're gonna go out and like have a, a nice meal and stuff. And I do plan on eating cooked food and again, like I've explained already, my goal in this to be. Oh, I read an article and there's a term for it. It's called raw omnivorous. So I'm raw omnivorous because an omnivore, unlike a carnivore meaning someone who eats meat, an omnivore is someone who eats plants and meat and everything, in between. So a raw omnivore, that's what I am. Anyway, so it'll be interesting to see even then, like having one meal cooked and at a restaurant where they're not using like the good healthy stuff that I have here in my pantry, how I feel the next day. And Therese, screen name on YouTube, Raw Down Under, and if you haven't checked her out, I put her link in my first video, like on the comments. She's great because a few years back, and I don't know if she's still doing it, I messaged her and I'm trying to see if she'll respond because it'll be really exciting because she's just seems like such a great person and she's full of life and energy, and I don't know, I just fell in love with her blogs and or her vlogs, video blog, and she really inspired me with the raw thing. She was one of the people that really inspired me with the raw thing and going completely raw, at least for 30 days. And then, she did it for a lot longer. She was going for like, I don't know if it was like 4 or 6 months. I mean, it was a long time, just completely 100% raw, which again, mine's going to be a slightly different variation of that after my initial 30 days. But she's great. Check her out. Raw Down Under, because she's Australian. She's a little Aussie chick. So check it out. She's great. Therese is her name. Getting back to going backward a little bit, she actually experienced that the first time that she went to dinner after like her initial, challenge. And she explained it as like the smell was better than the actual food, like what it tasted like. And that she felt like absolute crap the next day, that her body was craving just water and like her smoothie and what she was used to eating after going so long without cooked food. She explained being puffy in her hands and in her face, and it'll be really interesting. So follow me on my little journey, and I'll be very candid with you as I have been in this video, and give raw a try. If you're considering it, don't be scared, and you don't have to start out with something really intimidating. You can always start out with one meal a day, and then convert that into 2 meals a day, and so on and so forth. If you want to do something a little more drastic, why don't you try a week? Or even try 3 days a week doing something like that, just to see, maybe a difference in your body the next day. If you're doing 3 days a week, maybe like the day you're doing raw, what you feel like, and the day that you're not, what you feel like, and stuff like that. But you can start at many different phases and stages and levels. So don't be intimidated, and don't think that you're going to be constricted to a certain type of food, because I don't know. I think that, maybe with me anyway, I thought, there's just going to be salads and it's going to get really boring. Well, the total opposite. There are so many different things that you can do with fruits and vegetables and nuts. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do. Things that, you would, pâtés and spreads and, olive bread. Who knew? It's an experience, and I think that everyone should experience. Oh shoot, I'm running like 15 minutes here. All right, I'm gonna cross my fingers that it loads. Anyway, so give it a shot, and see how you feel, and don't be intimidated. I think you're not gonna be stuck eating salad. I've had a couple of salads since I've been on it, and 2 weeks today, or tomorrow morning it'll be 2 weeks officially. So give it a try, give it a little whirl. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me or comment. Hope you guys had a great 3-day weekend to those of you that had the Martin Luther King Day holiday off today. And happy Martin Luther King to everyone. And to those of you who had to work, I'm sorry, that really stinks because Jason had to work too. So anyway, hope all is well. I will report back to you in a couple of days. Bye, guys.